are providing only 20% video as a part of promotion. For remaining 80%, that is 6 to 8 articles, current affairs video and general studies complete videos, please subscribe to our complete package. 3. India signs financing agreement with World Bank for $250 million for Jhelum and Tavi flood recovery project. GS Paper 3, Disaster Management. Why recently in news? The financing agreement for World Bank assistance of $250 million for Jhelum and Tavi flood recovery project was signed between Government of India and the World Bank. A subsidiary agreement was also entered into between Government of India and project implementing entity, that is Government of Jammu and Kashmir. The primary beneficiaries would be the communities in the districts of Jammu and Kashmir that were affected by loss of public service infrastructure, that will be restored and improved under the project. What are the objectives of the project? The objective of the project is to support the recovery and increase disaster resilience in project areas, and increase the capacity of the project implementing entity to respond promptly and effectively to an eligible crisis or emergency. The project will focus on restoring critical infrastructure using international best practice on resilient infrastructure. By strengthening disaster risk management systems and institutions, the project will benefit the entire affected region. The components of the project are reconstruction and strengthening of critical infrastructure, reconstruction of roads and bridges, restoration of urban flood management infrastructure, restoration and strengthening of livelihoods, strengthening disaster risk management capacity, contingency emergency response, and implementation support. 4. Oceans to have more plastics than fish by 2050, WEF. GS Paper 3, Conservation. Why recently in news? As per recently released World Economic Forum, WEF, report, oceans will have more plastics than fish by 2050. If the ongoing practice of dumping plastics continues. In the report, the World Economic Forum, WEF, has said every year at least 8 million tons of plastics leak into the ocean, which is equivalent to dumping the contents of one garbage truck into the ocean every minute. This report has been prepared as part of Project Mainstream, which is a joint collaboration between the Ellen MacArthur Foundation and WEF with support from McKinsey & Company. Features of the report. It has been estimated by researchers that presently there are over 150 million tons of plastics in the ocean. In the past half-century, use of plastics has increased 20-fold, and is expected to double again in the next 20 years. Most plastic packaging is used only once, and dumping it leads to loss of 95% of the value of plastic packaging material worth $80 to $120 billion annually. It is necessary to take steps for effective after-use pathways for plastics, and to reduce leakage of plastics into natural systems, especially oceans. Plastic ban in India. Under the Environment Protection Act, 1986, selling of merchandise into polythene bags is banned. Sikkim was first state in India to achieve the status of plastic bag-free status. Gujarat has announced ban on the use of plastic in the state. Uttar Pradesh also has enforced the blanket ban on all varieties of polythene bags, irrespective of their thickness.